thank you, Dora, for the kind introduction, particularly the last paragraph that you mentioned about my passion for cricket, as well as Vada Pav, in my humble view, the best invention of 20th century is not automobile, not computer, is Vada Pav invented by Maharashtra. Thank you so much. Now, I'm truly delighted to be here in front of VJTI student body, whom I view as a quintessential embodiment of Indian intellectual horsepower. You are always regarded in high esteem for your academic excellence as well as your technological innovation. Well, frankly, I love to brag about VJTI students because I was one of them. So everything I said to you applies to me also. Just a small detail, right? As Dr. Sangle mentioned that I'm also alumni of VJTI class of 77, and the word alma mater is a Latin word, and it means nourishing mother. Now, India nourished so well by VJTI and had such a great solid educational foundation which paved the way to who am I today. I hope I don't get emotional. So thank you so much for coming and thank you for attending. You know, I am actually, as a preface, I'm in a speaking tour of project management across India. So as a matter of fact, I was invited by IIT Mumbai last October, where I gave a very similar lecture. And it's one of those power of warmth, word of mouth, where then it's got the word spread. And hello. Yeah, can you hear me? I think it's fine. Right? Well, I like to walk, animated speaker. But anyway, the word spread, so then I got invited by 4 other IITs. So I was in IIT Roorkee about 2 weeks ago. 1 week ago, I was in IIT Guwahati. As a matter of fact, day before I went to IIT Guwahati, I gave a lecture on dispute resolution right here in VJTI in Mechanical Engineering Department. And I think how many of you were present in my dispute resolution talk that I gave? So quite a few, right? Only one? There were quite a few from MTech in project management, so you were present. So she is aware that there was a small incident that occurred. As I said, I'm a very animated speaker. I like to walk back and forth. And probably I did not realize that platform was empty. Maybe like for a while I thought it was not a speaking platform, but it was a dancing platform. And maybe I was trying to do a reverse moonwalk like Michael Jackson. Boom! And I fell down. And I think all were very gracious. They came to my help, gave me the ice pack, gave me spray. And then I went to Guwahati on a wheelchair and delivered the lecture sitting there. So please don't be surprised, I may ask to be seated after about 15-20 minutes because I have a kneecap on my knee. So much for my reverse moonwalk, right? So I have very fond memories of VJTI, and one of them I would like to share with you. I see my good friend Shekhar Ghate, and that takes me back to 6th semester, and we were given a structural steel design project to design a steel girder to support a bridge. And it was very kind of a cumbersome and tedious design where to draw about 80 to 100 rivets as an equal spacing. And that time, AutoCAD was not present, so we had to draw it by hand. And there were only 2 students in that class who took the effort to do the drawing. Everyone else did the GT for glass tracing. And essentially what you do is you put your drawing on the mirror plate, put the lamp behind, and you just copy it. I was one of them. The other one was Shekhar Ghate. Alright? So, we had a Viva in 1975-76, and there was third year civil engineering. And I recall the movie Sholay was released. Sholay was a big hit. Gabbar was an overnight sensation, and we had a outside or a Viva interviewer called Professor Khatri, I believe, from SP College, who took the Viva. Now what happened, my last name is Ames, so there were a lot of students in front of me who went for interview, and he found out that people have copied. They asked him, from whom did you copy? So there were only two names, either Shekhar Ghate or Pradip Mehta. So when they came out, they told me, well, I've given your name. And I was really scared because I thought that this guy is going to really kill me now. So as I entered, he had this big cryptic smile. He said, "Aao, Pradeep bhai, aao." And I said, "Tune ka number aa gaya." So like, I was kind of very nervous, and I was stretching my imagination to what he would say next. And since I had used my hand in the drawing and handed over my drawing to others for them to copy and be complicit in it, I thought the next is going to say, "Ye haath mujhe de de Thakur, bahut जान ye haathon mein. Ye haath mujhe de Thakur." Oh, it's paining. No, I'm just kidding. He was really gracious. He certainly took some time to explain to me that I thought that I may be doing favor to my friends, but I was not really helping them. I was spoiling them, and they asked me a question: would you like to work on a bridge designed by them after you graduate? And I'm saying, oh, this guy is making a lot of sense. So anyway, after that, he proceeded with the questions, and he asked me one of the very out-of-the-box questions which I could not answer. So what I remember the most, instead of being an answer, what he did was he redirected my thought process in a very different direction, went back to the different scenario, and got the answer out of it. And what I remember the most when I came out, I was so flabbergasted, I was so awestruck that hey, in 20 minutes, I could learn so much just doing an oral interview. So that's with all the niceties are done now, so let's get down to the business at hand. So what I would like to do today is to share with you my journey in project management. I'm going to share with you 3 professional case studies which I had presented in a global PM forum in front of professional project managers. So essentially, what I'm going to talk about is the same which I address to all the professional project managers. One case study that I'm going to discuss is which I did at Rio in 2013, and it gets into progress measurement and emphasizes how you have to understand the underlying behavior of the performance parameters that drive variances. And if you are not careful, you could misinterpret and you can misguide. And I'm going to have 2 case studies to illustrate how you could go wrong. The second case study I'm going to present, I was with the Port Authority from 1998 to 2006. And I was appointed to head the project on implementing enterprise-wide project management system to bring the 500 projects from 5 different operating units. And essentially I want to share with you some of the lessons I learned, not in terms of the business requirement, but in terms of doing a social engineering. How you bring 5 different stakeholders, 5 different operating units come together to meet a common objective. And the third case study which I'm going to present is I was involved in implementation of a project management system for $12.5 billion infrastructure plan in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. There for about 7 to 8 months, and just want to go through how you set up a large program from a project management perspective. So, let me refer to my notes. Going back to project management, one of the things that you learn quickly, and I learned very quickly, that there are no, in many situations, there are no right answers or wrong answers. Basically, you make the decision based upon the facts that you are available on your hand and your assessment of the predictability of the future events that may unfold. And sometimes you could go wrong. That's just the nature of the beast. Sometimes you could fail. So I'm here to advise you that if you are a perfectionist, if you believe in precision, then project management may not be for you. But that's okay. You could become a technical expert. That's not the only career. Or you could change your mindset and become more of a pragmatic. I have seen many engineering experts transition